Hello, hello, hello. It is me. I'm fresh out the shower and I just said I'd film a little life update video. I have been using K18 for about 3 weeks now since I've got my hair done. And K18 also sent me out their shampoo. If you saw my last video, you probably saw that. I get 1 pump of the K18 and I do this because I saw a girl on TikTok doing this to like really lather it up in your hands, and then that's when you put it through your hair, so then the product goes a lot further, you know. It is raining for the first time in Ireland in about over a week. There's supposed to be thunderstorms, so it's going to be really cozy. So I thought I would just have a cute cozy evening kind of video and update you on my life. I made a video about in May maybe about my plans, about my future plans. I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it. But basically I said in the video that I was going to start sharing my plans with you, because if you are subscribed to me for a while, you'll know that like during 2020 and 2021 I did a bit of moving. So I lived in Sydney in 2018, pre-2020, right? I lived in Sydney, loved it, but my visa was up. I had a year visa and it was up and I didn't do the farming. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna leave. Do you know what actually happened is, I think this is something that happens in your mid-20s, but basically in my mid-20s, when I was like 25, 26, I felt like I was so old compared to my earlier 20s. Like I felt older at 25, 26 than I do now at 28. So basically when I was in Australia, I was like, I need to make a decision. I need to move home and open my own makeup artist studio and like pursue my career as a makeup artist. I was like, I need to leave Australia, I need to go home and I need to do that, and I need to move back to my hometown and, you know, work on like getting somewhere to live and like opening my own studio and doing all this stuff, right? That's what I thought my life plan looked like, because I was like, I'm 25, 26 now. I need, like, I had this like weird life timeline in my head where I was like, I need, like, by 28 I need to be engaged and then I'd get married and like all this stuff. And I didn't stop and think like, is that what I want? Is that what I see myself doing? That was just, I was like, okay, I need to leave Australia. I'm not going to stay in Australia forever. So if I'm not going to stay here forever, then what's the point of staying here? Which is just such a messed up way to look at life. And I think obviously 2020 told us that, like, you know, no matter what plan you think you have for your life, it's probably not gonna turn out that way. But I just feel like I was like, well, I'm not going to stay in Australia forever, so what's the point in staying here at all if I'm not going to stay here forever? And I don't know how I got to like that level of permanency in my head of like, well, if you're not going to stay here forever, then what's the point in being here at all? Like, I really don't know how, like, where I was influenced to think like that. If you can hear the rain and the thunder in the background, I would say I'm sorry, but maybe it's kind of aesthetic. So I left Australia and I was like, look, if I really regret it, I can come back. And I was home about a month. I'd say a month, because first I went traveling. So I traveled on the way home from Australia. I went to Thailand. And I think in Thailand, I realized like, I love doing this. I love traveling. I love like not having a set plan. And I love just the freedom of it. And you know, I had always thought I want to work online and I want to earn my money online, yada, yada, yada. So when I was in Thailand, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, this is what I want to be doing, because I was in Thailand for like a prolonged period of time. I think when you're away, you romanticize the idea of coming home so much. And I was just like, oh, what am I doing? Like, why did I do this? Like, this isn't what I want. And I realized that. Then obviously 2020 hit and I couldn't go back to Australia at all. But basically my point is that over 2020 and 2021, I made a lot of moves. I started working online, and I moved to Brazil for a few months, and I moved to Dubai, and I moved to Spain. And when I was doing all those things, I didn't take you on the journey with me the way I had wanted to, because I wasn't really sure what the journey would look like, and I didn't want to say my plans in case they didn't happen, or I was like being really hyper superstitious about it. I was like, I don't want to jinx them. I don't want, you know, to put them on the internet and then, you know, have everyone have their opinions about it. But then I realized that like the content I love watching is like when someone decides to move to Australia, like showing the process, like moving vlogs and talking about packing and doing all this fun stuff. And I feel like I robbed myself of the excitement of it because I wasn't able to say it here on YouTube. Yeah, I think I robbed my channel of the experience of like getting ready to do all these things. Sorry, I went on a real tangent there. But basically, over the last few years, since I've been 25 or 26, I have realized that, you know, you don't have to follow a set plan if you don't necessarily want to, and there's not a set age that you have to have things done by if you want to live a certain type of life. Like, you don't have to follow the like status quo of what everyone does or where everyone goes or what age everyone does things. Sorry, this video was a bit all over the place, but I'm genuinely just chatting to you. So back in May, I made a video saying that my plan was I wanted to live in Marbella for the month of June, and then I wanted to come home for July, and then I wanted to move to Australia in August, September. Yeah, I didn't end up moving to Marbella, and June was actually a really good month for me being at home. And then obviously July, I spent loads of time with my family and my brother and my friends because my brother was home from Australia. And now it is August. It is the 15th of August, and I am moving to Australia. And I don't have anything booked, so don't get too excited. But I just said I wanted to fill you in on my plans and like take you on this journey with me, as opposed to like only telling you when things are done and things are perfect, because nothing actually happens perfectly. So by me documenting my process of what's actually happening, then it can like make people feel better about the fact that maybe their process isn't going perfectly. So I'm moving back to Australia. The timeline I have set for myself ideally is September. I want to go in September. I always said it like back at the start of this year. I was like, I think by September, because obviously Australia was very affected by COVID and it was like closed and it wasn't open for, I think it only reopened for people in like April, May. And I also wanted to see when it opened, did it stay open? Because like they locked out the whole world and I didn't want to get stuck there. So I was like, look, I'm gonna leave the Australians at it. And also it was coming into autumn, winter in Australia. So I was like, I'd rather go there when it's coming into spring, summer. I've decided I'm going in September. Well, I'm aiming for September. And then I was thinking, I was like, right, so how do I do this? Do I book my flights first? I got a visa, so I can go at any time. And the visa I got is, so initially when I went to Australia, I got a working holiday visa. And when you have the working holiday visa, you can work and live and whatever. And then to extend it, you have to go do the farming or do some type of regional work. And I would not be a girl to go to the farm. I'm just gonna say it. I would not be a girl to go to the farm. And the main reason behind that is I am deathly afraid of spiders. And like in Sydney, I didn't see any, touch wood, thank God, oh my God. But like in the outback and in the regional areas, that's where all the scary things are. Or at least in my head, that's where all the scary things are. Also, back then when I was 26, I had this mindset of like, okay, you need to, if you're not going to stay in Australia long term, what's the point of staying? Which is such a weird mindset. Like, if I wanted to stay at the time, why did I have this like all or nothing black and white mindset? I can't go back on a working holiday visa because I already did that, and you can't just get another one unless you do your regional work. So the other options, and if anyone watching was in Australia on a working holiday and wants to go back and doesn't know how, the other options are you can go back on a student visa, so you can go back as a student and study in Australia and work and study. Most of the courses as well are online, which is actually really good because then obviously you can like be more flexible with your work and stuff. Or you can go back on a tourist visa. Now a tourist visa mightn't work for everyone because obviously it depends on your job, but me, luckily my job is based not in Australia and I work online, so I can go back on a tourist visa and then maybe either move my business to Australia or maybe do like 3 months, because you can stay for 3 months. You can do multiple entries for a year on this tourist visa that I got. It's free to apply if you're from Ireland. You can stay for 3 months and then you leave and then you can enter again for 3 months. So ideally, if I was going in September, October, November, I could come home for Christmas if I wanted to, or I could go to Bali, or I could go anywhere outside Australia, and then I could go back in for another 3 months. But you are not allowed to work in Australia on this visa. And maybe I'd move my business to Australia, maybe I'd go on to a student visa, I don't really know. Maybe I probably will go on to a student visa because it's kind of one of the easiest ways to stay there, and I could just upskill my skills. When I was thinking about when I moved to Dubai, I was like, how did I do it? How did I go about it? Because I didn't document it. I kept everything a secret until I went. So what I did was, when I moved to Dubai, is I looked for an apartment first, because I'm very picky and I have a vision of where I want to live. So I'm being fussy, okay? I want to live alone, ideally. I want to live in a 1-bed or a studio, and I want to have it in the eastern suburbs in Australia, so like Coogee, Maroubra, somewhere near the beach. I kind of thought maybe I'd move to North Sydney, which is in the city, in a like high-rise with a sauna and a gym and like, you know, those high-rise buildings. But I just think if I live outside where the beaches are, then I'll probably not go to the beaches frequently as I'd like, and I like the idea of living right next to the beach like I did when I was in Australia before. So I kind of want to emulate that energy again. And then if I'm there and I'm like not really going to the beach, or I'm not really, if I'm up for change, then I'm coming into the winter in Australia, which will be next like May, June, July, then I can move into the city in the winter time, which I think would make more sense. So I'm looking for an apartment first. So I'm searching, I'm on websites like domain.com.au, realestate.com.au, Flatmates, and I'm just looking for either someone doing a short lease of their apartment, so like a 3-month short lease would be perfect, or renting it from a real estate agent. That probably will have a bit more red tape around it, so I'll let you know what I end up doing. And then when I find the apartment that I envision myself living in, oh my god, the thunder and lightning is so strong. When I find the apartment that I want, say if it's available like the 15th of September, then I'll organize my flights, because I think, of course, it works differently for everyone if you're wanting to move away, and like I'm probably a different circumstance because I'm not planning on working in the place that I'm moving to, but some people book their flights and then worry about accommodation later. And to be honest, that's what I did when I moved to Australia the first time. I was like, I'm just gonna book my flights, I'm just gonna arrive, and something's just, I didn't really think about it. But this time I'm like, okay, I wanna find my apartment and then move. So that's my plan. And that's my life update. And I'm so excited. I wanna live in somewhere that is bright, that is modern, that is like really, really full of light, has a really nice comfy bed, a big comfy couch, preferably air con, and maybe a view of the ocean. So universe, if you could do your thing, that would be stunning. But yeah, it is August now and it's the 15th of August. So I need to get a move on with looking, but I'm putting everything out there, and I'm trusting that the right apartment and the right time and everything is already laid out for me in the universe's plan. So I'm not being too stressed about it. And I'm lucky enough to be able to live at home anyway until I go. Yeah, I will update you again when I make some progress, but I just wanted to keep you in the loop. YouTube's such a good place for documenting these things, and the last times I've moved away, I haven't documented it, and I'm really mad at myself that I didn't document it at the time. I'm going to go now and Dyson my hair, because with the K18 you have to leave it in for 4 minutes. And look at my hair now. Like, I know I brushed it out, but it feels and looks so much softer than it did when I came out of the shower. So I'm going to go style my hair, and I'll come back just to show you the finished result. I was gonna do this as a get ready with me, but it's thunder and lightning outside, it's pouring rain, it's like 4 p.m. I have no plans to go anywhere, so why would I do my makeup? I am doing my hair, but I'm definitely not doing my makeup. So see you in a sec. Okay, so I have just finished Dysoning my hair. I put it like half up, half down. I didn't really style it because it's 6 p.m. on a Monday and I have no plans for the evening, so I didn't want to over style it. But yeah, the K18 is definitely doing good work on my hair. It looks soft, it looks silky, and it doesn't look heat damaged, which is absolutely key. It also looks quite blonde, which is good because my hair was looking so yellow in my last YouTube video that I put up, but like my bun slicked, it looks so yellow. But I used purple shampoo and we are back in the baby blonde business. So anyway, thank you for chilling with me in this life update video. I will be seeing you very soon because she's active on YouTube again. For how long? Ever. Bye.